Hey everybody, this is just a brief reminder that the sexual ethic of the Apostle Paul has no relevance to today, and Christians already reject the majority of it anyway. There are really only a couple of main points that are still preserved: abstinence before marriage and condemnation of same-sex intercourse. And those are preserved not because this is God's will or because the Bible says so. They're preserved because they have become convenient identity markers, and they have become useful in the structuring of power and values in favor of the identity politics and the boundary maintenance of the relevant groups. But everything else that Paul said about sex is dismissed as just not for us anymore. Paul was a dogmatically celibate man who thought everyone should remain celibate, and you should only get married if you could not hack celibacy. And if you did get married, your sex could not be passionate, because the passion of desire was for the dirty, dirty Gentiles who did not know God. Christian sex was to be holy and was to be honorable, and the point was prophylaxis. Paul, because of Greek philosophical frameworks, thought of sexual desire as a problematic product of our base material existence that we had to overcome. And so you had to keep a tight lid on sexual desire, and sex within marriage should only happen enough to screw that lid down tighter. So it was to be passionless and prophylactic and rare. So it was not about procreation for Paul. He couldn't have cared less. He thought Jesus was coming back too soon for that to matter anyway. So Paul's motivations for these things are based on social, historical, ideological, philosophical frameworks and circumstances that simply don't exist anymore. And so the majority of it has rightly been dismissed by Christians who recognize that it does not serve us anymore. What we hold on to for rhetorical purposes, because it serves our structuring of power and values. And there will also come a time when those things are rejected as not for us anymore. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of when enough of us will decide that the utility to our boundary maintenance and our structuring of power and values is not worth the damage that it does to the lives, to the mental health, to the well-being of the people who are put in the crosshairs by the deployment of those things as identity markers.